Day 2 in Mineral Wells, and on my way to the Mineral Wells Fossil Park. And it is an area outside of town. It's free to everyone, and anything you find, you are free to take. And it's kind of a cool deal. From everything I can read online, a whole lot of people find a whole lot of fossils in the fossil park, and you can take home everything that you find. And it's right outside of Mineral Wells from where I stayed in town, about 15 minutes away. So that's what I'm on my way to do this morning. I'm going to go check it out and see if we can find any fossils. And between now and the next take, I will pull up Google and I'll get a little history on Mineral Wells Fossil Park, how it came to be, and what kind of fossils there are to find. It's a little peek behind the curtain there. I don't actually store all the crap I talk on these videos in my brain at all times. I have to look stuff up occasionally. Didn't even have to have the Google. Sign tells us everything. So the history as far as Mineral Wells goes is this was the old borrow pit for their landfill, a borrow pit being a place where they take dirt to cover up the trash that's being laid out. And they discovered, with rain and everything else, washing stuff away, that there's like a plethora of ancient fossilized remains, up to and including shark's teeth, but mostly smaller parasitic type of animals and things of the like. Anyway, this is from the Pennsylvanian period, aka the late Carboniferous. Just stored that in my brain, totally. Didn't have to read it on the sign. But anyway, they made a thing of this because it's kind of a hot spot and a destination for paleontologists, geologists, and fossil hunters. And yeah, free to everyone, free to take home what you find. And so we're going to get out there and do it. This is really cool. I've been here all of approximately 10 minutes and immediately started finding shells. I'm going to show you a small handful of them here real quick. Yeah, like look at that. We'll have to look at the sign. There was a lot of examples on the sign of the shells you find down here, and I think that some of these were probably represented. I've also found a handful of stuff that looks to me like fossilized bone of some sort, which I don't know if that's what you find here, but I mean it's got shape, it's hard as a rock, it's tubular, it's got curves and bends in it. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna check all that out with some water after I can clean it off here in a minute. But like these right here that I just showed you in my hand, no doubt, beyond a shadow of a doubt, these are fossils. Been here 10 minutes, and I'll show you real quick how I did that, because I see people digging in different places, like on the sides of these hills. But I think if you apply principles like you would to, say, gold panning or mining, you go to the bottom of where everything would wash down to, and that's what I did in one of these little washouts, and just start digging through the pile, and it's everywhere. But you see, everyone's been digging at the top of the cut that I've seen out here. But if you just follow, like, here's a wash where everything's washed down to a pile, and there's a little hump there where everything's collected, and that's where I've been digging. And there's shells everywhere. Look, there's more right here. And there's another one. That one actually has some shape left to it. Nice. If you look up here, you may not be able to see it with the camera, but in all this, you can see little, very almost paper thin chunks of shell everywhere. Oh, here's more. Look at that. Just right on the surface. This is super cool. What up, G? These are literally everywhere you look. I've already got like 3 handfuls, and I've been here 20 minutes. It's everywhere. Like, they're just laying on the surface of the ground. And then if you get into the washes where things have piled up, like at the bottom of these kind of little ravine type of things. But even up here, you can see the sediments, the layers in the sediment where this stuff was deposited originally. You can pull it up in layers. This shell. That's just so That is so cool. It's everywhere. Anyone out there know anything about grasshoppers? This bad boy or girl appears to be doing something almost lewd to the dirt. But, again, I don't have Google right now, but I'm kind of wondering if she's not, like, maybe at the risk of sounding completely idiotic without being able to research what I'm saying. I would almost venture to say maybe planting eggs or something in the ground, because, yeah, I mean, what else could it be doing? That makes a whole lot of sense. The tail end is buried in the dirt, and it's just plodding away at whatever it is. And I'm about to wrap it up and head out because I got to drive back to Arkansas in a little while. But I'm going to show you this just as an example of how this stuff's just literally laying on the surface. Here's a whole mess of it right on the surface. Look right down in here. See if I can work my way down in. Here we go. Right there. This little tube. Nice shell. More shells. It's just, I mean, once you know what you're looking for here, how small it is, what it is, it's everywhere. Little tube. It's everywhere. How cool. Go over our group of finds here. That bad boy, whatever that is. Had a hard time identifying it by the sign. And then we got these, which are brachiopods. Very cool stuff. Ah, Texas, and your lovely wind. These, which I believe, based on the sign, it could either be a crinoid spines, or parts of the spine, or they very much resemble also the teeth, the shark's teeth that are represented on the sign. Over here, crinoid spines. They got all these little shapes in them. God, the sun's not working with me, is it? All of those. Then these are bryozoan or bryozoan. And they appear, I don't have Google right now, I don't have service to check out what a bryozoan is, but they really feel like some kind of a sea sponge situation. It feels like it. It's hard as a rock, but it feels like it. It kind of looks like it. That one's actually got some real shape to it. But alas, whatever the heck it all is, those are all fossils that I found in about 30 minutes of digging around in the Mineral Wells Fossil Park. So you should definitely check this place out if you're in the area ever. It's super cool. Well, that is going to wrap it up for me here at Mineral Wells Fossil Park. Again, just to cover all the bases, totally free, open to the public. I think like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., maybe sunlight to sunset, I'm not sure, but anything you find is free to take home with you. And if you guys are, I mean, Mineral Wells is a cool little town anyway. There's a lot of little stuff to do here with the state park, and plenty of places to eat and stay. There's a lot going on down here. So if you ever come down this area, it'd be a great day trip out of Dallas or anywhere else, a weekend trip anywhere around Texas, somewhere to come and check out. And you can come check out the fossil park here and find some really cool Pennsylvanian-era fossils, aka Carboniferous, late Carboniferous period. And yeah, that was super cool. Half an hour, I've got 2 entire handfuls of really cool looking fossils. So totally worth an hour in the Texas heat, which is very hot. I think the only time I've ever been in a hotter situation is one time when I was hiking on the surface of the sun. That was probably a little bit hotter than this, but Texas, yeah. But yeah, totally worth the hour spent and the sweat expended. They're just laying on the ground. They're everywhere. So yeah, anyway, come and check out Mineral Wells Fossil Park. And that's going to do it for me for today here. And if you enjoy the content I'm putting out, please like, Please subscribe, please share. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
We here at Studio 119 would like to remind all of you out there listening, wherever you might be, that though the hill might be steep and the trail be rocky, the mountaintop awaits. Carry on.